Welcome back to Green is Good, and we're so honored to have with us today Lauren Gropper. She's the CEO of Repurpose Compostables. Welcome to Green is Good.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Lauren, we're always so excited to have eco-entrepreneurs on the phone with us. And before we even get to talking about your great company and the products that you're making that more people should be buying every day and changing the world as they live, can you talk a little bit about the journey? What brought you here, and how did you even create a wonderful company like this?
You know, I've been in the sustainability world for a long time. I started out doing green building and green design for commercial projects like hotels and airports and big office buildings. And I just saw there was a real need for this kind of product and that type of work. And people were always asking, my clients were asking about these kind of products. And I couldn't find something that really had a great price point, that actually worked really well, that was a product comparable to all the plastic products people were using. So it was a long journey to actually find the right products, and it just got me thinking, gosh, if somebody could really make great products like these that were affordable, then they'd have a great business. And that's kind of how it started.
Wonderful. And I'm on your website now. For our listeners who want to follow along while you and I chat today, it's www.repurposecompostables.com. It's a beautiful website. Talk a little bit about the reasons, the compelling. Why is it important for the people who listen to this show, both in America and anywhere else around the world, to switch from petroleum-based products to plant-based products like you create at Repurpose?
Well, I think the big issue is really that people are using. Why should we use oil for a product that we use for 10 minutes, for a throwaway plastic product? Why should we be using a toxic material, essentially, in our products that we drink from?
Right.
So I think plant-based products provide a few solutions. Number one, they're totally non-toxic, so you never have issues like BPA or any issues of leaching in landfills with plant-based products. And when you have a compostable product, there's no waste. We know we have a huge waste issue with disposables.
Right.
So Repurpose is here to really provide that solution, both the solution to the waste issue and the health issue with the problem with plastics from petroleum.
Right, and why your products, different than other products out there that are substitutes? Explain the differential.
Well, I think there are several substitutes, but the plant-based substitute, I think, is really the important one. The other substitutes are often recycled plastic.
Yeah.
And in that case, you're still dealing with petroleum-based products.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a recycled product, but recycling rates, number one, are extremely low in this country. And it's not, people often confuse the fact that if you're using, let's say, a water bottle or a disposable plastic product, that it's recycled and then turned into that again. That doesn't happen. What happens is those products are shipped off overseas, and then they're downgraded into sort of thinner, less quality plastic. So you never have a water bottle that turns into another water bottle.
Right.
There's a real myth there with recycling. So yeah, again, with recycled plastic, you're still using plastic. Our products are never made from plastic, and so we kind of want to go all the way on the sustainability front and be that solution that can offer zero waste.
I'm on your website now, and what we love to always do is frame the problem on the show and also then give the solution, Lauren. So really, people can buy your products online, but also at retailers. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, we primarily actually sell through retail. So, though our products, of course, are available online, we encourage people to go out to the stores. We want to make it easy. Online is obviously very easy, and then also our products are very much convenience products. You may be having a last-minute party or picnic, and you want to do the right thing and not feel guilty about, not using plates and dishes. You want to use disposables because it makes your life easier, but you don't want to use plastic, or styrofoam. So we're trying to be available in stores where people shop every day and can buy these products very easily.
Well, Lauren,
at a very affordable price point.
Well, that's a great point. Making sustainability convenient and making it affordable is how great people like you and innovators like you get to change the world. But I want to shamelessly give plugs to the folks that are selling your products so our listeners out there could go out and buy it. For instance, for me, there's a Bed Bath & Beyond in my building in New York. I'm going to go today and buy your products there. So Bed Bath & Beyond carries it, Abe's Market, Lassen's, Gelson's, Rally's, Bristol Farms, Mother's, Gourmet Guild. Am I missing anybody?
Wegmans will be carrying it very shortly. I know that's in the Northeast.
Awesome.
Which is, a great retailer we're excited to work with. And check them out as well.
Awesome. And if there's not one of these retailers in people's area, they can buy it online, right? From your website.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. That's great. So talk a little bit about, composting is becoming part of our vernacular now. It's no longer just a foreign term. Can you talk a little bit about how does composting work?
Absolutely. So composting, there's a few different parts of composting, I'd say, or types, shall I say. One of them is industrial composting, and one of them is composting in your backyard. So I'll just quickly explain the difference. Sure. Composting, industrial composting, which is where our products are applicable.
Yeah.
It's a city-based where, all the compostable products, all the food scraps, and anything sort of compostable, which is an organic material, would go in. There's very high levels of heat and humidity, and then it turns essentially fertilizer and soil. So it goes back into the earth. Backyard compost, some people are familiar with. It's in your own, if you have a yard. It's food scraps, it's yard scraps. It basically breaks down those materials because of the heat and humidity, but it doesn't get as hot or as humid as the big industrial ones. And for our products, because we want them to be sturdy on the shelf and, actually be shelf stable, they need very high levels of heat and humidity. So that's why ours work in an industrial composter. So in many cities now in the United States, there is such a thing as industrial compost pickup. You have a bin, how you have a blue bin for recycling?
Sure.
You have a compost bin that, you get picked up directly from your curbside, and it's taken to a composter. So that's the model that we're looking to be a part of, where you could put it in that bin, and it's taken away, and it goes back to the earth.
So I know New York is now coming online with this.
Which is so exciting.
Yeah,
so exciting for us.
It is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But what happens if you live in an area, this show carries not only across the United States in 170 markets, thanks to the great people at SiriusXM, but also after it airs, we go online on iTunes, and we get thousands upon thousands of downloads from China to England, South America, and beyond. What about if someone doesn't have composting in their area? Talk about the sort of life cycle of your product then.
Sure. So that's very common. Most people don't have composting in their area. So it's something that we're working towards. But essentially, our product will work just like any other organic plant-based material. If it goes into a landfill, it'll go right into the garbage. It can be recycled, but the recycling facilities don't exist to recycle it. So it'll go into the garbage, and you have to look at it, as you said, in the life cycle of the product. So our product still takes 65% less CO2 to create, and it's made from plants, and when it's in the garbage, it won't, or when it's in a landfill, it doesn't have any toxic residue. So unlike a petroleum product, it takes a lot more CO2 to create it, and it releases toxins.
If you just joined us, thank you, Lauren. If you just joined us, we're on with Lauren Gropper right now, and please go to her great website, repurposecompostables.com. We're talking about her wonderful products that everyone should be using now. There's no reason anymore to be using petroleum-based products in your home or in your business. This stuff it exists, and her website's just amazing. It's really informative, and it gives you a lot of entry points. Talk a little bit about, we got about 5 minutes left. Talk a bit about not only being an innovator and an eco-entrepreneur, but a woman entrepreneur. How did this come about, and how has this been going? How's this journey at Repurpose been going for you, Lauren?
It's been going great. I mean, we started a couple of years ago, and really it kind of came about organically. Like, we have this idea, we have these products, let's just see where this goes.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get some traction and make this happen.
Yeah.
And so thankfully we have such a great team of people around us and supporters that we've been able to get to where we are. It really is just a huge team effort. And, all I can say is that each step of the way we've just been so fortunate to have the right people involved, really, and have people on the other side in terms of buyers and people kind of who are willing to help sell the product. Take a leap with us and say, we're going to put it on our shelf, and we think it's a great product, and let's hope the customer loves it as well. So
sales are going up every year? Sales are going up every year?
Sales are going up every year, which is fantastic. So we're at the point where we just want to see this as a product that's on every shelf, and it's kind of an endless effort. We knock down every door to try and
That's
make
awesome.
the retailers understand what's so great about our product and why people are going to buy it. And I think you said it before, it's key about making it convenient and affordable.
Yeah.
If it's not convenient and it's not affordable, then people aren't going to buy the product, no matter how wonderful it is.
You're right.
So,
and why not? In this day and age when the science is irrefutable, why wouldn't people buy your great product? Why wouldn't retailers want to carry your great product?
I think there's still people are tied to, I think the economy is still a big issue, and people are tied to, even if it's a difference of, 50 cents or 25 cents or $1, it's, that's a hard-earned dollar. And, I think there's still economic realities. And I think these are products that we've had around forever. There's a lot of education involved, and not everybody understands, why petroleum is bad or why plastics and styrofoam are bad products. They really don't know. And so if they don't know, then they can't make any informed decisions. So this is why your show is awesome, because we're informing people about why these decisions need to be made and why it's important to buy our products. And so there's a huge educational element involved. And we're really trying to do that. And once people know and are informed, they make the right choices.
So your competition really in many ways is apathy in the status quo.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So
I think that's a big reason.
We're down to the last 3 minutes, unfortunately, but this has been so informative. Talk a little bit about the future. What's your vision? I see on your website, coming soon, Repurpose Campus. What's on your mind and what's on your partner's mind? Where you want to take this, Lauren?
Well, yeah, Repurpose Campus. Thanks for bringing that up. Actually, that's the project that we've been working on for a while that has just launched in California, where kids on campus use a ton of these kind of products. They, at parties, in their dorms, in their fraternities and sororities. I'm not talking about just for drinking. They use these for, by meaning, drinking alcohol. We don't want to be supporters of that. But,
right.
Yeah, people are going to do what they're going to do. But they use them for water, for their shakes, for whatever they use it. But they go through a lot of disposables. Let's just say that.
Right.
They don't want to spend the time washing dishes. They're on the go. And so what we've done in California, in Los Angeles particularly, is sponsor a Greek house for the semester and provide them with our products. And we teamed up also with a composting collection group. And so we had this full life cycle zero waste semester where they didn't use any plastic cups. They used all of ours, and it was all picked up by the commercial composter and composted. So they were like this amazing example, and we're just trying to replicate that now in other parts of California and then take it across the country.
Oh, that's awesome. That is just... Yeah. So, and where do you want to grow? I mean, then besides that, besides Repurpose Campus, what's next for your company, and what's your dream here?
Well, we want to be available worldwide. That's for sure.
Right.
So we're actually starting now just to look into markets in Canada and Australia.
Right.
And grow from there and really be this ubiquitous brand. I mean, we want to be the brand that everybody recognizes and be a household name when it comes to these kind of products.
That's so
we want to
great.
be the guys that everybody knows and trusts and decides to kind of go on the journey with us.
That's awesome. So for our listeners out there, please go to the great retailers that we mentioned early before or online at www.repurposecompostables.com. You could buy Lauren's great products there. And as we mentioned before, Bed Bath Beyond, Gelson's, Bristol Farms, Mother's, Lassen's, Abe's Markets, and other retailers are carrying her great products. Lauren Gropper, you're a sustainability leader and rock star and truly living proof that green is good.